Hello, I'm Lowell Martin, and this is MCC Today. Am I upside down? I feel like I'm upside down. On today's show, we have Wade Heggie, Nedra Bradley, and Aisha Robertson. You are going to learn a lot, so stay tuned.
Find your wings. It's more than just a hashtag.
It's the power of knowledge in our state-of-the-art classrooms.
It's skills training for a competitive job market.
It's the best nursing program in the state.
It's home runs, buzzer beaters, and the thrill of victory.
And MCC walks it off.
It's not just a hashtag. How do I know? Because I found my wings.
And we are here with the wonderful, absolutely fabulous Miss Nedra Bradley. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Lowell. How are you?
I'm doing well. Now, you have been here at Meridian Community College. How long? Load this many?
23 years.
23.
Effective June 1st.
Wow. I've been here longer than, I think I've been here 1 year longer than you. Yeah, I came in 1 year. So we've known each other that long.
Yes.
And you get to handle financial aid.
Yes.
And let's just say it's interesting because when you're dealing with money, you can become people's best friends
Our worst enemy.
or their worst enemy. But I wanted to have you on the show today to talk about financial aid in general and then specifically for the summer.
Okay.
Okay. So is financial aid available for the summer?
Yes.
Okay.
Students who wish to apply for financial aid for the summer, especially our new students just graduating high school, they can just fill out the 21-22 FAFSA application, and that'll help them get financial aid for the summer. And that's
Okay.
federal aid. We also have limited amounts of summer scholarships available. Those applications are online also, so students can also apply for those. And if our returning students that were here the fall, spring wants financial aid for the fall for the summer semester, they are also eligible to apply.
Okay.
We have what we call 150% eligibility for Pell. So students who have used Pell fall and spring and were full-time, if they enroll in at least 6 hours for the summer, they can get another amount of Pell for the summer term.
Okay.
So any student who wish to apply for financial aid, they just need to come by and see us in the financial aid office, and we'll be processing that all summer long.
I had heard before, and I've had students literally come by, and I will say, you know, have you applied for any Pell Grant money for this summer? And they say no, because they went fall and spring.
Right.
So there's just this idea out there that they can only use Pell during the fall and the spring. Now that used to be the case, did
Right.
it not?
If they had used all of their financial aid for the fall and spring, they were here full-time fall, full-time spring, then they did not have aid left for the summer.
Okay.
But effective about 3 years ago, the Department of Education started doing what they call 150% financial aid for a Pell Grant, just to help those students who need summer classes to get ahead if they want to go ahead and get finished, or for those that have programs that require them to go in the summer, that they can get that help that they need and not have to try to find a way to pay that out of pocket.
Okay, so if you're a new student, then you would still be on the old
21-22 FAFSA.
21-22
Yes.
FAFSA. But beginning in the fall, that will go to the 22-23 FAFSA.
Correct.
So you can still, that's what you were saying with the students, they can still apply for the old,
Right.
or not the old, I don't even
Well,
know how to say that.
The current year.
The current year, thank you so much. The current year, and you'd be used that, but that's only through the summer, and
Right.
then and then they'd have to do it again for the fall. Am I correct?
And they can actually do both of those applications at the same time. Both of them are available online to complete. They would just go to www.studentaid.gov and they can complete that application online. And if they need help completing it, they just can come by our office. We're open all summer long.
Right.
8 to 4:30 Monday through Thursday, and 8 to 3:30 on Fridays. Right now, we don't have to have an appointment. You just come in, sign in, and we'll help you fill that out.
Last year, I helped my niece fill out her FAFSA, and it is so easy.
Yes.
She did. She had finished had completed her taxes. What is wrong with me, Nedra? She had completed her taxes and submitted them electronically, and they do a merge.
Right.
And so all of that information just automatically comes into their FAFSA application.
Right.
And all you have to do is kind of look at it. Do you agree with this? And there's a PIN number you have to do, and you're done.
Correct.
How long, once you fill out your application and all, and how long does it take to get or to know whether or not you have gotten your Pell Grant?
Once they complete the application, that means going all the way through, signing, getting a confirmation number. It usually takes about 3 to 5 business days for us to receive it in our office. So once we receive it, then we can look at that information to determine the eligibility. The one thing that students do need to know for the summer term, if they're new students applying and have never did the FAFSA for 21-22, they have until June the 30th to complete it for the 21-22 school year.
Okay.
After June 30th, they will no longer be able to complete the one for the summer. So they just need to make sure that they go ahead and complete that application and check with us on eligibility.
Now, how does a student know whether or not they have to look at their parents' income to see eligibility or not? How old do they have to be?
They have to be turning 24 during that year.
Okay.
If they meet that eligibility for age, then they automatically will be considered an independent student. Otherwise, they have to be married, a veteran of the armed forces, they have children they provide more than 50% of the support for, or considered a foster child or an orphan award of the court. And when we say 50% of the support for, that means that they're taking care of the housing, the food, the clothing, all of that. So if they're still living home with parents and the parents are still taking care of the majority of their necessities, then they wouldn't be considered an independent student. But if they have questions on that, they can come by and we can give them paperwork to determine their eligibility on that also.
And so when someone gets started on their FAFSA, and I said the merging is just absolutely wonderful, but say they did not do the electronic, what information do they need to have with them while, to be prepared to fill out the
For
FAFSA?
the summer, they'll need their 2019 tax information.
Okay.
And for the fall, they'll need their 2020 tax information.
Okay.
So if they have those tax returns, they can bring that with them. We always encourage students to bring it with them just in case for some reason they can't use the IRS data retrieval. That way we'll have that and they can go ahead and complete their application.
Do you ever have to ask for additional information?
Yes, sometimes the Department of Education will select students for verification, so we will need to request additional documentation. Fortunately, this year they have waived that documentation due to the pandemic continuation. So we will not have to get that. The only thing they may have to certify is that they are a student attending school for the purpose of receiving a degree and using the financial aid for that purpose.
Okay. And during the summer, they don't even have to be full-time, do
No.
they? They just have to be taking a couple of classes, maybe?
Right.
Do they have to take at least 2?
They have to take at least 6 hours if they were
Okay.
full-time fall and spring.
Okay, so there is still time
Yes.
to use Pell Grants.
Right.
And you have until June 30th for this year, and then beginning in, I'm saying this wrong, but beginning
June 30th to complete the application
Okay.
for the summer if they have not completed it.
Okay.
And that will take them through the end of the summer. And for the August term, they can start that anytime, and those will start for the fall classes.
Okay, so if anyone needs to get in touch with your department, what's a phone number or an email address
They can
for
call us at 601-484-8673, or they can email us at finaid, FINAID, @meridiancc.edu.
them? Don't wait till the last minute to do
Yes.
this.
That's correct.
Thank you so much for being
You're
with us
welcome.
today.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.
Meridian Community College, For more than 75 years, we've helped students soar. Establishing the first tuition guarantee program in Mississippi, we put our students first while creating pathways into the workforce and offering a seamless transition to a 4-year degree. Now is the time to find your purpose and register today, because those who move forward never get left behind. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Aisha Robertson. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Now, you wear a couple of hats here.
I do. 2 of them now.
Okay, and what are those 2 hats that you wear?
I am the dual education coordinator for right now, as well as the pre-health advisor. So
Okay.
I still help high school students get enrolled in college courses with us, while also helping some of our regular students get enrolled in the health programs that we offer here, trying to get their courses done, making sure they need everything so that they can apply to our health programs, and hopefully get selected and start those.
You get double your salary for that, don't you?
Just double the work, but I'm happy to do it, so it's okay. It's all
Now,
about helping students.
It's all about helping the students and what we do, and as you say, it's a labor of love.
Yes.
Now, today I wanted you to come in and talk about the dual enrollment.
Okay.
Okay, simply because for the life of me, I don't understand why more people don't take advantage of this. It makes me, you know how you just want to take somebody and shake them? There are moments when I'm like, look,
Yes.
if I had had this when I was that young,
I know.
oh my goodness. But what exactly is this program, and how can anybody who's interested get extra information?
Well, I will tell you that this program is for high school students.
Yes.
So a lot of kids are dealing with a lot of things in high school as far as sports, organizations, they're getting ready for college, they're getting ready for graduation. And so I think we don't realize a lot how much that is on them. Yeah. So to take a college class, in addition to the other classes they're already taken, it has to be a dedicated student.
It does. It does.
But they can be a junior or a high school senior. Okay. And they have to have a 3.0 GPA or higher to enroll. Okay. The old requirements is where you had to have 14 credits to be considered to be a dual credit
14
student.
high school?
High school credits.
Okay.
That has been out the window now. That has been taken off the requirements. So now, as long as you have a 3.0 or higher and you are classified as a junior or a senior, we will take you as a dual credit student.
Do you have to have taken the ACT?
You can take ACT or Accuplacer. We take both.
Okay,
we take both
so
scores.
if they have not taken the ACT, they can call and take.
Actually, we go to them and we provide the Accuplacer during the fall and the spring. Now, if they take any classes over the summer,
so much more depressed over this. Where was this? If
they're taking any classes over the summer, they do have to come up here and schedule it with us, because we don't go to the high schools in the summer.
Right.
But we offer dual credit fall, spring, and summer, so it's year round. And we just offer the basic courses like English Comp 1, Comp 2, college algebra. That's the academic side of dual credit.
Okay.
Now, we do also offer CTE dual credit in the fall and the spring for those students who are interested in career and technical programs, coming to MCC and continuing those programs like automotive or one of our health programs, something like that.
So a student who is an 11th grader or a 12th grader, okay, so could they take it like after they have completed their 10th grade year?
They can. They
So
can start the
summer.
summer going
Okay.
into their junior year,
Okay.
which is why we take Accuplacer scores, because there are a lot of 10th graders who have not taken ACT yet. So by the time they're going into their junior year, some of those students won't take the ACT until the fall of their junior year. So that's why we offer Accuplacer, so they can go ahead and take that test with us and go ahead and start enrolling the summer going into their junior year.
And so they have to score a certain amount on the Accuplacer?
For some classes.
For some classes. I know for English, to get into Comp 1,
Yes.
to get in college algebra, you have to score a certain amount in
Yes.
English and a certain amount in math.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, any classes like psychology, sociology,
College
music
study skills.
appreciation, college study skills is not offered as a dual credit class, but those specific
we must
classes.
change that immediately.
Those specific classes that I named do not have any score requirements.
Okay.
So sometimes students will start off with those classes if they don't meet the score requirements for like English Comp 1 or college algebra. And then by the time the fall hits, they would have scored those test score requirements that they need.
Okay.
So they just take those classes in the fall.
So now the big question,
Okay.
how much does it cost?
As of right now, it is $50 for a class.
hyperventilating.
I believe we are coming into a situation where after so many hours, that price might change.
Okay.
But that's still in progress, so we're not going to put that out there just yet. But as of right now, it's $50 per class, and they can have 2 classes per semester.
Okay, so at the dual enrollment price,
Right.
it's $50 a class, but that does not include textbooks and things like
Correct.
that.
That's
Okay,
only
any
for
kind
the
of
class.
fees.
Any other additional fees, whether it's for textbooks or any other type of inclusive access material fees, that's in addition to the $50.
Okay. Now you said that at that price they can take 2.
Right.
Could they take more classes?
They can.
But that just wouldn't be at that price.
Correct. They can take additional classes, but any additional class after the 2 classes selected would be charged at our regular tuition price.
I was deprived as a child.
I'm so sorry you missed out on this, Mr. Lowell.
I-
You say that every time.
I know that because I don't understand why more people are not taking advantage of this, especially because many of our programs, and you are an advisor for one of them, there are prereqs that they have to do before they can get into the program. And this would be such a great way
It would, to start that.
for nursing or a PTA program or anything like that. This would be to go ahead and try to get those prereqs out of the way. And as soon as you graduate from high school,
You're ready.
if you're accepted into the program, you can go directly into that program.
I think where we're trying to fill that gap, what I've been trying to do this past year with dual credit, is really talk to students and try to get an understanding from them as to what it is they want to go into. I think that's the biggest area or downfall where we have with students. They're just not 100% sure yet as to what they want to do. So sometimes that can have a bearing on what classes they decide. They say, well, I'm not sure what I want to do, so I really don't know what classes to take. So we always start off with the basics, because whether you want to go to a university, whether you want to do your 2 years at MCC, and be a university transfer student, or whether you want to go into career and technical or nursing or health program, those basics can essentially be utilized everywhere.
Yes.
And that's what we relay to students, that they understand that these classes will not go to waste. Your time won't go to waste. We will apply these classes somewhere, and they will be utilized.
And I'm constantly, because young people today, they don't want to waste their time. They don't want to waste their educational, But I found, and I remember this, I took so many classes that I didn't technically need because I was interested in this stuff. I'm very nerdish. But those helped me later. That information helped me. And I tell students all the time, education will never hurt you. And sometimes you'll be surprised at what little something you learned somewhere makes a big deal in getting a job, or makes a big deal in in something you're doing later on. Well, so anyone that's interested in dual enrollment, how do they get in touch with you? I almost said, who do they get in touch with?
Yes.
How do they get in touch with you? As soon as possible, I would say.
Yes.
But yes.
Right now we have summer registration and fall registration going on. Our summer schedule is already out there. Our fall schedule will be out there within the next week or so. They can contact me at 601-581-3553. That is my number. They can go to our webpage and go to our dual credit webpage and look at the classes that we're offering, or they can always email me at arober15@meridiancc.edu.
Thank you so much for being here today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm happy to be here.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we're here with the wonderful Mr. Wade Heggie. How are you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Glad
Now,
to be here.
Now your official title is?
Fitness Center Director.
Fitness Center Director. We were just talking, I was talking to someone earlier about how many directors we have on the
There's quite a few.
I am Success Center Director, depending on who you ask. I think my contract says Success Center Manager. I'm not sure, and I just started saying Director.
I've had Director, I've had Coordinator, I had Manager, and other titles at the end of my names over the years. So
Just depends on how are you feeling.
Exactly. It just depends what they put on that contract.
And now you have been here a number of years.
I celebrated 25 years officially on March 1st, and I was really excited for that.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. It's been fun, and I'm not done yet, but I'm enjoying it. As long as this is not work, I'll keep coming in. That's the key to it.
And people will tell me all the time, I haven't worked it at all in 25 years.
But that's the thing about it. I mean, it's more, I enjoy coming into work.
Right.
And I don't want to call
Sure.
it work, that part, but I enjoy coming to MCC.
It's not work.
It's not work. It's a family. And that's kind of the whole thing about it. It's kind of like, if I had the opportunity back then, I was going to tell everybody, I mean, we're all here for one thing, and that's to see everybody to walk across that stage.
Oh, yes.
And everybody from custodial to grounds to the commercials we put on, this station that we're working on right now, this thing, we're promoting this. And even when they get here, I mean, it's about, like, to me, about 70% of the time, it's what happens beforehand.
Yes.
And then finally, when you get to that classroom, the teachers that are here, we have to make sure that they go that extra mile to get them in the right classes, but also realize when they're not having a good day, to go that extra mile. And we all play that active role in seeing that person walk across the stage. And until once we understand that no matter what your title is, director, manager, whatever, we all have an active role in seeing that person walk across that stage.
Now, as part of, as director of the fitness center and that area, are we? I knew that because of the pandemic, there were
Sure.
a lot of changes that had to be made.
Sure.
Are we back?
Everything is back, but yes, as anything, if anybody feels like they're not feeling 100%, we tell them not to come. We don't want them to come inside there at all.
Right.
But we still are going to clean. That's one thing I pride my staff in.
Yes.
Everybody that's worked here, like for instance, even with this desk that I'm sitting at, somebody will come in after us and we'll wipe everything down. My staff will come in afterwards and we'll still clean. We want everybody to see us clean because our, I'm not saying slogan, but we want to provide a healthy, safe environment for everybody to work in. So,
what is offered at the fitness center? What do
Sure.
you do over there?
we have an indoor pool that's
Okay.
been there since 1990. Actually, that's what time the place opened up. So we had this year-round.
Mhm.
We have a weight room, a cardio area. We have a dance room with spin bikes and other classes that we offer. And then, of course, our classroom that we have for first aid and health classes that are also going over there, too.
Okay. Now, before people were able to come and change and shower and all that, are we back to that yet?
Yes, we're back to that. So everybody is able to come there, use it like it has always been.
Mhm.
We're not having anybody to make an appointment anymore. It's just the fact you just come.
Okay.
As long as you have signed up, you just come on in there. We'll have you sign in. That's why we can have see how many people come in each hour and everything else with that.
Now, in fall and spring, you can use the facilities if you are a full-time student.
Yes, and
Is
what
that
we,
correct?
That's
Okay.
correct. But what we just started, if
Okay.
for the students that are enrolled for the fall semester, they're full time, you can go ahead and start using the place now.
Really?
So if you want to come in there, start working out now, start getting the feel for it. Come on over there. Just
At no charge?
At no charge.
Okay.
So come on up there. We want you here. We want to show you what we're about. We want you to come by there. So if you are enrolled and you're going to be a full-time student, and again, we have nowhere knowing. If you just tell us you're enrolled, some of them already have their MCC ID. Just show us that. Come on up there and work out.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, I know they offer a lot of different classes
Sure.
up there, and that's not, you're not in charge of that.
I'm not in charge of it, but they use the space.
Right,
yes.
they use the space. But I tell students all the time, make sure you put in at least one activity class, during the semester, especially if you are in some of these programs that are stressful. And I would encourage students to take take 2 activity classes, one Monday, Wednesday, one Tuesday, Thursday.
Sure.
to really help them as much as possible de-stress?
If you look at it from the standpoint, there are studies that have been out there in the K through 12 programs that students that have PE, that exercise, they're more alert, they're more ready to go, their grades are going to improve. It's the same thing as we get older. So we need to find that avenue to relieve stress, whether that is taking a spin class, a yoga, a Pilates, a bar class, going to just work out, or going to just swim. Whatever the activity might be, we want them to be able to enjoy it, but we also want to make sure they're having fun with it, but the most importantly is to do something. Students, it's not just about going to classes only and then going, getting your lunch and coming back. You've got to find that avenue to relieve stress. So exercising is a great way to do it, and it'll help the brain and everything else.
And as I say in my class, you want to have an avenue to relieve stress in a healthy manner.
Sure.
Because if not, it's going to come out somehow.
Exactly.
You want it to come out in a way that is beneficial and not in a way that is hurtful. You used to do lifeguard certification. Do you still do that?
We still do that. We just finished our last class this past weekend.
Okay.
So we had 4 classes this semester. We also had a lifeguard instructor class so people can go out there and teach people that, and also a water safety instructor so that way they can teach people how to swim. So we teach all of those classes in the spring term.
So this summer, if you have someone who is not a student in the full-time student in the fall, but just wants to come use our facilities from the community, how can they go about doing that?
They can come by and see us and come by for a tour.
Okay.
And we also have everything online at meridiancc.edu, and our page is on that main page there. So you'll find that link, and it gives you all the rules, the costs, and everything that's involved with it also.
Okay. Do you happen? I know you probably, but do you happen to know the hours for the summer?
Summer hours on Monday, Wednesday, Friday we open at 6, and then we're here till 7 o'clock at night.
Okay.
On Tuesday, Thursday we open at 7:30, and we're here till 6 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And on Friday, 6 o'clock in the morning till 6:30 at night.
And you don't have to be here all that time, do you?
If staff's not here, I'm here.
As the director of
Exactly.
any place, if staff is not there, guess what?
I'm here. So,
and you
it's
get
the
paid
job.
the big bucks for it.
Of course.
Listen, Wade, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
being
much.
here. I appreciate it.
Glad as always. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
Since 1996, the MCC Foundation Tuition Guarantee Program has provided students an opportunity to find their potential. Thousands of students have benefited from the program. Over $6 million have been invested in the students who learn and live right here in our community. This program is funded by individuals and businesses who believe in our students, our families, and the economic impact of an education at Meridian Community College. Now is your chance to offer support. Give today at meridiancc.edu/give.
On behalf of executive producer Matt Milner, media specialist Josh Taylor, and me, thank you so much for watching. Hope you learned a little bit. We'll see you next week.